So it's great that you can have all the power in the world, as Sasuke seemingly has now, but it's no good if you can't control it, which we see in this chapter.
Naruto number 56, the strength that is given.
Sasuke is going in. Well, hello, my brothers and sisters of the Nerd Nation. I, as always, am Jim, here to bring you another review on the awesome and adventure-filled and curse-ridden tale of Naruto. Our last chapter saw us with, of course, starting up the new volume over here, Volume 7. And really the end result of that chapter being that Sasuke has woken up. And I appreciate someone had explained to me there, and I think it was Daydreamin' TV. So I wanted to thank you. You explained to me without spoiling me that it is actually that bite by Orochimaru was actually a curse. I was saying curse, poison. I didn't know what the hell it was. So... but anyway, Sasuke has awoken from his slumber, and he's pissed, man. He's just like, who is it that tried to hurt you? You know, and I just picture him with, like, the gruff sort of like Batman, like, I'm gonna kill them all, you know, sort of deal. Anyway, that's how the chapter ended, and that's right where the chapter picks up. Sasuke is up, and this bite that on his neck, it seems like maybe when he gets... when he gets angrier, or when he starts to release more chakra, or whatever it may be, it seems like the curse actually kind of spreads almost like a tattoo, because now it's going down his whole arm and the whole side of his face and everything like that. And I mean, dude, he looks cool, man, right? And so anyway, so the ninjas from the village of sound, that's nothing, whatever, you know. And I think that at this point they still don't realize that, you know, Orochimaru had gotten to him first and everything else. They're just following orders, and they figure out, whatever, it's just one dude. How strong can he be, right? Well, Sasuke shows them real quick, you know. Goes to use, one of them goes to use that sound wave, you know, thing or whatever. It's like, oh man, I obliterated him, right? And Sasuke all of a sudden appears, like, next to him, is like, obliterated who? And just tosses it through the air, right? And I mean, it's cool. And then Sasuke goes and fires himself up and goes and does this Art of the Phoenix so-and-so technique, you know. And the one dude, I think was Zaku, is like, oh yeah, I'll just blow that away with my, you know, their sound, you know, things. Obviously it uses sound, but it's also like a motion of wind, right? And you know, air to blow that back, to keep it from. So then he notices as the flames are coming at him, there's like flaming shuriken within the flames coming at him too, you know. And then it looks like he winds up kind of trying to dodge, but gets pelted by a couple of them, you know, but no grievous wounds, you know. And then all of a sudden, I think it's Dosu, the weird looking one that has the bandages over half his face. It was like, Zaku, look out! Watch out below you! Sasuke comes up and just grabs the dude, grabs arms behind the back. It's got the foot up into the back. Sorry, I gotta get into this stuff, man. This is shit right here. And the whole time, Sasuke is kind of like, he's like having like this inner monologue, and he's just like, I must do whatever I have to increase my power, you know, I'm an Avenger. And basically what he has done is he's kind of relinquished the fact of like, it's not about good or evil or right or wrong. Like, I'm going to do whatever I have to do, even make a deal with the devil himself to obtain the power that I need, right? You know, to obviously for my end goal. And he thinks of himself as like this Avenger, you know? And I thought it was great. But anyway, he's just like, say goodbye to your arms, because this is the last time you'll be using them, right? And then it's done like off camera, so to speak, off panel or whatever, but you just see snap, snap. I mean, Sasuke just obviously broke or tore off or whatever the arms. I'm assuming just broke, you know, just shattered the arms of one of these ninjas, you know. And so anyway, and Sakura goes and she's looking at him the whole time like in awe, and her jaws drop, because at first it's kind of like, oh, I want to fling from Sasuke's nuts, but then I think it's like it turns to fear. It's like, what is this? This is not him. He's not human. He's like a man possessed, you know. He seems like a demon or something. And she senses his chakra is just off the charts through the roof, right? And she's like, it was never like this when we were training together. And I thought it was very cool, because she goes and she comes up from behind him and just throws her arms around him and kind of holds on to him. And it's almost like that human touch type thing that, you know, they say a lot of times, you know, there's been stories of stillborn babies that, you know, just from that human touch of being held against their mother's breast, you know, an hour later or half an hour later start breathing, kind of snapping back to life, so to speak. And Sasuke is really like another person right now. It's almost like he's dead, the Sasuke that we know. That's how I look at it. He's like a demon possessed. But she wraps her arms around him. She's like, this is not you. This is not you, you know. And he winds up calming down, and as he calms down and starts getting his shit under control again, the mark, the curse, the tattoo, whatever it is that's kind of like spreading, winds up going and kind of going back up his arm and coming off the whole side of his face and what have you. So he's not, doesn't look as crazed and whatnot. But he's able to pull it back under control, right? So anyway, Dosu, I think it is the ringleader one. Again, the one that is always kind of standing funny like a hunchback and then has like half of his face covered on an angle with his bandages, and the hair wild all over the place. He's just like, all right, listen. He's like, you know what? Clearly, like, you're next level and out of our league. Except this scroll, because obviously I need a scroll to wind up finishing the Chunin exams, which it seems like that's like a back burner type thing right now. It's like I'm not even thinking about the Chunin exams or passing anymore. I'm thinking about like life or death, the last 10 chapters, and the bite of Orochimaru and all this bullshit, that's been going on. I mean, it's like crazy and intense, and I forgot they're even in the middle of phase 2 or part 2 of this exam. Anyway, winds up trying to give him the scroll and says, please let us leave, with our lives. And, there's something bigger afoot here and everything else. The next time we meet, I promise that regardless of how overmatched we may be, it will be a fight until it's ended. So, like, if you let us go now, I know it's a lot to ask, but just kind of let me grab my wounded, comrades over here and get the hell out of here. And then he kind of thinks in his head, like, Orochimaru, why would you send us after him if you had already gotten to him first and then went and put this curse on him, this cursed mark or what have you, So I think a lot of it at this point is really just trying to kind of tuck tail and run and just escape with their lives, But so well done. I mean, just the action was great, and just seeing Sasuke go into crazy fucking beast mode. And I think this is going to be one of those things, I don't know. Obviously, I haven't read ahead or anything like that, so I don't really know. But this curse is going to be one of those things where he's going to have super power, but I think it's the type of thing where he can also lose himself very easily, and that's what it seems like, that he can get wrapped up in the power, and the power can feel so good. And you see that type of thing in so many different, medians as far as different superheroes and stuff like that. And it's very much like the Spider-Man thing. With great power comes great responsibility. You have the power to go and burn down this whole place. But should you? You know what I mean? Just because you're mad at one person inside the village, should you burn the whole village to the ground? Just because you have that power means that you need to learn to be responsible with it and control it. And that's what I take from it anyway, is that it's going to be an uphill battle for him trying to go and remove this curse, and in the meantime, or even if he isn't able to remove it, being able to control the power that he's able to release. So I think it's very cool, and it was very well done, and it really kind of shows you that in addition to the obviously part the Sharingan and being part of the Uchiha clan, that he's got some next level shit going on over here, but again, it's going to be like a double-edged sword. So very cool chapter. My chapter question for you, though, brothers and sisters, is what were your thoughts on Sasuke kind of going next level? And I'm sure a lot of people that have read ahead are going to be like, this was just the beginning of it, this is the tip of the iceberg and this and that. But, just your thoughts. If you can remember back to when you were reading this or when you were watching it, what were your thoughts when you saw Sasuke's ass get up and just own these dudes, in a very short period of time, just like own them, I thought it was pretty cool. And then we wind up getting, of course, there was some little side banter with Ino and that crew and everything like that, and Lee, and, and Naruto's still knocked out and everything else. And they're going to kick him to wake him up, They're all lining up to do so. But anyway, very good chapter. But let me know what your thoughts are on Sasuke and obviously his kind of going next level on the Sound Ninjas. And let me know what your answer is in the comments down below. Feel free to hit the thumbs up, the like button if you should think that I deserve it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We will look forward to catching all of you in the next one, Nation.
Remember to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and other channel.